This is Drunken Niggers here to talk to you about two particular Gundams that I have found that people keep debating whether or not one is superior to the other. They're from different series, so in the end it really doesn't matter since they'll never fight anyways. Unless in a video game or something. Gundam Wings Wingzero versus the Strike Freedom from Gundam Seed Destiny. Both are pretty powerful, both are long ranged and shot oriented. So they're both on equal terms, one would think. Suddenly anew. First, comparing the two materials that they're made out of. Gundam Wing Gundams are all made out of Gundanium, which is supposedly impossible to destroy. It takes minor damage from beam weapons, and any other weapon pretty much deflects off it, essentially making them invincible. Especially when you see the fact that all of the weapons that standard units use are pretty much just regular missiles and bullets. Though later in the series, some of them do have energy or plasma weapons, I should say. But nonetheless, it's still minor damage, what it says, which makes them still pretty almost impossible to beat. The only time I saw some of them take any major damage was with a fight with another. Was in a fight with another Gundam, or at the end of the series, spoiler alert, where Wingzero is plummeting to the earth without any sort of protection, and bits and pieces are falling off in the burning atmosphere. Whereas Gundam Seed and Seed Destiny have titanium alloys. But they supposedly make up for this with something called plot armor, which makes that titanium alloy just as powerful as Gundanium, because I've seen the early incarnation of Strike Freedom, simply known as Freedom Gundam, enter the atmosphere. I'm pretty sure Strike Freedom could do the exact same thing, being a later model. But nonetheless, that takes power. The Gundanium doesn't take power, so I'm going to give the defensive capabilities to Wingzero. Now, speed. Oh god, the speed. Strike Freedom is so fast and spammy, people are like, I can't hit it! Ah, blah. Yeah, Strike Freedom wins this hands down, because I'm not sure if this is just for the fact that Wing Gundam came several years beforehand and it was almost all hand drawn, so it may be something to do with the whole animation quality and techniques of the time, but Strike Freedom definitely wins this one hands down if you look at it from a visual standpoint. Don't get me wrong, Wingzero was fast and all. Strike Freedom's just faster. Now, offensive. Let's start with the melee. Wingzero has 2 beam sabers, Strike Freedom has 2 beam sabers. So, would they be even? Wrong. Strike Freedom can combine them into a double beam saber, one blade sticking out each end. That's what it means. Not only that, Strike Freedom is faster, so it would do much better in a melee-oriented combat. And then there's something known as the Dragoon system that Freedom has. It has these little bits, as I seem to hear them being called the most, little drones that not only can be used as extra beam rifles, but extra beam sabers. So, and he has 8 of these on the Gundam. So it's more like having 10 beam sabers. Or however many beam sabers are on the Dragoon bits. Yeah. So, melee I'm going to give to Strike Freedom. That's 2 for Strike and 1 for Zero. Now, ranged. Oh dear God, the range. Wingzero has the shoulder-mounted Vulcans that most Gundams have. I think all Gundams have that. Whatever. And the twin mustard rifle, which is beyond awesome. It can destroy an entire colony with one shot. That's the size of a heavily populated city, if not bigger. Maybe the size of a small country. And they never used it at full power in the animated series. I'm not quite sure about the manga. I haven't read the manga for either series, but I'm going by anime facts right now. Strike Freedom has the 8 Dragoon bits, which could be standard rifles, long to mid-range rifles, as well as 2 rifles that could combine into be a bigger rifle for more range and power. That, and it has a torso cannon, which people say is just as powerful as it, but you're never given an exact power level, that's the word I'm looking for, or measurement. They never say how powerful its guns are. I almost forgot. The bits are a defensive mechanism as well, which can block beam weapons indefinitely. Those from battleships and etc. can be blocked with force fields. Yes, force fields! It's beautiful, isn't it? But again, that requires power, so the point still goes to Wingzero. I guess in terms of power, in terms of range, etc., while Wingzero's twin buster rifle can only be pretty much split into 2 different guns, and Strike Freedom has 8 beam rifles if you count the 2 rifles that can combine into 1 as separate, and then the 8 Dragoon bits, they're pretty much even in terms of that regard. Plus the whole cannon thing, which is the powerhouse of Strike Freedom. Both of them are range, so. But Wingzero is definitely able to destroy an entire colony. I'm pretty sure Strike Freedoms are all standard beam rifles, with the exception of the 2 handheld rifles combined into 1, maybe, and the definite torso cannon, which is I don't think it is enough to destroy an entire colony in one shot. So I'm gonna have to give the range capacity to Wingzero. So in the end, let's see. Wingzero has defensive and superior ranged, whereas Strike Freedom has superior speed and melee. The points are even. For all the on the internet that continue to debate about this, shut up, please. I have enough of the fanboyism. Good day.